I want to talk about Eckhart Tolle and how the power of now can lead to inaction and apathy, which isn't really the intention of the teaching, but I'm assuming this can occur to someone other than myself, because this has happened to me. But let me get into it. Basically, the core of his teaching is accepting what is, which means allowing the present moment to be how it is instead of fighting against it, which still can be misinterpreted. Acknowledging what is, not having an internal resistance to what is. And these all I think could be misinterpreted. You could very easily interpret these things and say, oh, well, I'm just going to be apathetic. I'm not going to stand up for myself. I'm not going to fight for what's right. I'm going to be a passive bystander. Even though these aren't the intentions of the teachings, if you have a program, a conditioning that is apathetic or passive, I think that Eckhart Tolle would reinforce that conditioning, those neural pathways, so to speak. And if he does, then you're better off finding a teaching that supports taking action as opposed to passivity. Because I think that his teaching is incomplete. I remember recently reading a Reddit post about like nine ways that the law of attraction harms us as opposed to helps us. And I know Eckhart Tolle isn't the law of attraction, but I think there were general self-help teachings. Actually, it was nine self-help teachings that like harm us or prevent us from excelling or something along those lines. And I think he falls into this category. I think that what's it called? I think that it's a limited, incomplete teaching. He gives you little pieces here and there, but they could be basically misinterpreted. And I know that's not his intention. He'll directly say, at any moment you can accept what is, leave, or change what is. But I think for people who have apathetic programmings, it just, like for me, I think, oh, I'll just do whatever because I can accept the result anyway. Like, think of that. It's not a very motivating teaching, because no matter what, you can just accept whatever the outcome is. So even with the teaching the way it is, you can think to yourself, oh, well, I'm just gonna like partake in this behavior because I can just accept whatever happens. Like, no matter what, I can accept whatever happens, which is good. It's good to be able to deal with whatever situation arises, but from a place of doing your best and doing what you feel is right. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positive aspects to his teaching. You know, there's not don't follow all your thoughts like a dog, sniffing around. Certain things about the ego I'm kind of fishy about as well. I hear a lot of people say that the ego is there to protect us and is necessary, and we can become kind of like doormats if we kind of ignore our ego. But I could see certain aspects of the ego, kind of his teaching about them can be useful, but it's kind of like fishy. Like I was always like still confused about the whole ego thing. But what he says about thinking, what he says about being present, I totally understand, because we have to work with the present moment all the time. But just sometimes when I think of like acceptance, I just feel like, okay, well, no matter what happens, I can just accept the present moment. I feel like it's not like I don't have to do my best, because I can just accept whatever happens. I can be apathetic, because I can just accept whatever the result is. I don't know. It feels apathetic to me, and I don't know. That's just the easy misinterpretation you can make. So anyway, let me guys know what you think. I think his teaching has definitely been useful in my life. It's kind of made my life easier, but I feel like it's almost made my life harder, because I remember before I even found Eckhart Tolle, I was like such a hard worker. And I feel like I've just become kind of apathetic. And it enables my apathy. But it has definitely enlightened my awareness, and it's stopped me from a lot of negative thinking patterns. So yeah, I know. Let me know what you think. See you later.